If you're looking to get your feet wet and visiting Miami Beach, you may have checked out some of the most popular hotels on Ocean Drive, but been shocked when you found out how much the prices are. But don't worry, because I found a few cheap hotel deals from $100 a night, and I'm going to show you the good, bad, and ugly, from the free drinks to the free mold in the bathtub. I recommend using Hotwire to find these deals. The catch is with Hotwire, you don't exactly know which hotel you'll be staying in, but that's not a big deal for a single guy like me. But if you're a family or more picky, you may want to know where you're staying. In Hotwire, you can select the areas you want to stay. So I'd highly recommend you narrow your search to these 5 locations in Miami Beach. Stay roughly south of about 17th Street and you'll be close to where the action is. Then you'll see the deals here on the left. So right now they're going for about $120 or so a day at the cheapest. I managed to average about $100 a day. These are going to vary exactly what times during the year you stay. I noticed after Thanksgiving the prices skyrocket up until maybe say April or so after all the snowbirds leave. Anyway, just pick a random hotel and you can check out the amenities. A lot of them will have pool, free breakfast, etc. One thing I recommend is paying close attention to the Expedia rating. I've never had a bad time with anything above a 3.5. The first hotel we're going to check out is the Catalina. I stayed here for 5 days, Monday through Friday, and it's about a 5-minute walk from the beach and shopping center. The lobby is very, very clean, much cleaner than the rooms, and they have free water at the bar. They've also got this Zen garden here outside. It's just really a glorified alleyway in between the 2 wings of the building, which is a creative use of the space, I have to admit. The Catalina actually spans 3 buildings. This is the one to the left with a Mexican restaurant downstairs. There are a lot of them in Miami Beach. Take the elevator to the 4th floor and you'll find this poorly maintained rooftop with potted plants that knock over. Well, to be fair, it was kind of windy, as you can see here in the pool area, which is on the other side of the rooftop. It's just pretty nice. I mean, it's all included in your stay and can't really complain too much. To the right of the Catalina is another bar and restaurant that's pretty popular. You do have to watch out for this 6% service charge they add to your total, which is separate from the tip. It's like a resort fee that covers expenses for the hotel, which is why I try to avoid eating at hotel restaurants. However, the bar does have unlimited free drinks from 6 to 7 for any paying hotel guest. Only catch is they're pre-made drinks and they look like this. There's another pool in this building, so you have access to a total of 2 pools at the Catalina. This one's a little bit deeper for some actual swimming, and there's a Zen-like garden here too. Alright, now let's check out the actual hotel room. So you swipe your card to get in, and you'll find they gave me 2 queen beds, but no desk. Where am I supposed to make all my YouTube videos? They do have a mini bar and snack selection, which I assume they just charge you if you take anything. I didn't take anything. This safe didn't work, not that I like using the safe anyway, but you'll see it's pretty basic. I mean, it has everything that I need other than a desk, so I had to work from the bed over here, which is kind of annoying. The Wi-Fi was also super slow. It took 3 hours to upload a video, not to mention the great view of this frosted window. The bathroom wasn't too bad, just kind of a small space here. You can see an issue with opening the shower and bathroom door at the same time. I swear on the first day the bathroom door didn't even close due to humidity in the wood, but it eventually closed. They got a pretty tight toilet paper rack here too. Although small, it was clean. They even gave me hand soap, which is an improvement over the last hotel I'm going to get into. They did randomly shut the water off to my bathroom for about 2 hours in the middle of a Wednesday, which was challenging if you needed to use the restroom. So I just stared at this painting, wondering why it couldn't be hung up correctly while I was waiting for them to fix it. Alright, but overall, I really enjoyed this place for only about $100 a day. I would highly recommend it, only issue being the lack of a desk. Our next hotel is what happens when you veer out of those 5 locations I suggested on Hotwire. I found this a little bit north of the main area because it was cheaper and I needed a place to stay last minute after Vegas, and this place showed up. Tradewinds Hotel and Apartment. So it's one of those places where people live here and it's also a hotel. My first experience after checking in at 10 p.m. was wandering around these sketchy corridors where I could get jumped at any time looking for my building and room. After wandering around for 10 minutes, following absolutely no signage or useful information or maps at all, I had to go back and ask the guy to escort me to my room. He claimed there was signage, you just need to follow the signs to the pool, which makes total sense. And then you just have to go past this no trespassing sign, because that's immediately where I expect my hotel room to be, enter in a secret code that he gave me, and then voila, I found my hotel room. What really bothered me though was that you could see right into the room from the door, so anyone could just look in and watch me have my private dance parties. Before we get into my room, I do want to say the pool area was pretty nice. It was really the only amenity, but it was pretty chill and the pool was deep and usable and I liked it. So like I mentioned earlier, this is actually an apartment complex and they rent out some of the units as hotel rooms. This is great for longer stays or if you're staying with a family, but I was only here for 2 nights. I really didn't care about this and it just kind of got in the way. They have a kitchen too with a full refrigerator and you can see right out into the pool, which is Kind of good or bad depending on if you value your privacy or not. The fridge was pretty clean, which impressed me. I was expecting to find some more gross things in here. You got a stove if you like to cook, and a sink, which smelled kind of gross. I really didn't use it that much. Unlike the last place, I actually had a desk and a mirror so I could watch myself work, and a TV in the living room. Then down here, they have 2 closets, which I didn't use, and you can see the bathroom is over there, and the bedroom's here to the left with 1 king-size bed. Alright, now let's get to the bathroom. So right when I walked in, I noticed this bathroom was not in good shape. You can see the countertop is cracked over there. Hope they don't charge me for it. And I swear, I found someone else's blood on this towel. It wasn't mine, and that was super gross. Then getting into the shower, to my surprise, I found mold in the bathtub. So thankfully I was only there for 2 nights. I deemed it personally more hygienic to skip the shower completely and wait until I got to my next hotel. The bedroom was okay. They gave even more storage in closets, which I find dangerous because I'm likely to just forget my stuff in there. Another TV, which was nice. But what wasn't so nice was out here, you're looking into all those sketchy alleyways that I walked in on, and people can just see into your room. They did give me shades, though, that you can close, which is comforting. Oh, look, there goes someone now. I just don't like knowing people are within feet from where I'm sleeping. Then there's also this sketchy door here, which I found that you can unlock, and it goes out to the alleyways. I mean, they have this little chain link thing here, which is supposed to prevent a serial killer from coming in during my sleep, but it's just not comforting knowing there's an accessible door here to the alleyway. So this is a thumbs down for me, mostly due to the security and cleanliness issues I mentioned, and there's also just one amenity like that pool compared to the several amenities we got at the Catalina hotel. I also want to mention this was north of the 5 areas I recommended on Hotwire, so I disobeyed my own advice. And on that note, the location was also inconvenient. It was more of a 10-minute walk to the beach. I also stayed at this place, the President Hotel, back in September 2022, and this was probably the best place I've stayed. Great location. They've got a pool up there. You just have to go down that alleyway. It's a little bit sketchy. They also give me free welcome drinks, and like good drinks, not like the other hotel. And they serve free breakfast in the morning too, which was unique to this place. I thought more hotels did it, but only this one so far. And one last thing I want to mention about these cheaper boutique hotels is that unlike larger hotel chains in my experience, these cheaper ones ask for a security deposit of about $100 per night that you're staying there. So for example, at the Catalina Hotel, I stayed there for 5 nights under $100 a day, but I had to give them a $500 security deposit. The security deposit was more than my stay. Now, of course, they refunded me, and you can just put it on your credit card, so it's no big deal. And they really just seem to care about smoking. As long as you don't smoke in the hotel room, you'll probably get it back. So there you go. You can see it's possible to stay in Miami Beach for about $100 a day, depending on what time of year, if you're willing to settle for a few compromises like no desk, mold in the bathroom, weird doors to alleyways, etc. But sometimes we may get lucky and find a good hotel. I would just maybe recommend only getting a hotel for maybe say 5 days maximum. In case it's not great, you can quickly move out and you're not stuck there for long term.